Hey watch friends, today we're going to take a look at a horologically significant watch. This was actually recently the 2021 GPHG Challenge winner. But what makes it significant is this is from the brand CIGA and this is their Blue Planet. That competition, if you're not familiar with it, is typically dominated by high-end luxury Swiss watch brands. That being said, this is the first Chinese brand to ever actually win the award. So let's go ahead and pop this open and check out what they won with. All right, so first, popping it open, initially, obviously, the FedEx packaging here on the outside. On the inside, we're getting into a very large cardboard box. Sorry, I happen to pan around here, but this is quite significant in size. As far as for scale, there's my hands for reference. All right, you can see CIGA Design on the outside of the cardboard. I'm gonna go ahead and pan this over for a second. In the inside, you have nice foam packaging, and then it looks like a suspended box. So they have this well packaged in there. This you can see is much thinner than the overall box. Let's go ahead and get that set to the side. All right, inside, this is really neat packaging. I've never seen anything like this. So you have an outer cellophane over this, and I should actually mention, I was remiss in not doing so up front, this watch was sent into the channel for review. It is actually mine to keep as well, so I do want to be transparent about that. That being said, you can see here, in terms of the badging, what we just talked about, the GPHG. If you're not familiar, do encourage you, if you're into watches, to check that out. This packaging here, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's a plain cardboard, but this has nice raised here. This is just like a matte texture overall. But this planet, that's what's really attractive. Let's get some light hitting that. It has an iridescent effect, and of course, obviously, given a direct nod to what we'll see shortly on the inside, which is the watch, but then also the Earth centerpiece there. So let's go ahead and slide this open. This is a slide construction here, so get that outer slip cover off, and then inside you have again CIGA Design. You have here more information, another picture of the watch, and then this is wild. Check this out. So on the side here you have like a book construction to this. Let's go ahead and actually pop this open and see what we're looking at. Oh wow. Okay, so you've got the planet, you've got some text here. I'm going to go ahead, and if you want to pause anything, I'm not going to do this for every page because I think this is multiple pages here. This folds out. You can see Earth future, and this is the significance here of this is really looking for planetary awareness. That was kind of the inspiration for this piece. And you can check out all the information. Nice packaging so far. All right, and then flipping that page. Okay, so you can see here, this has wide variety of languages, and it looks like we're getting a little peek at the watch right there. So that's awesome. All right, pop that page open. Let's see, is this one fold out too? I think that's just a thick one. Okay, so then we have the features here, and we'll talk about the specs a little bit. I will also be having a full review coming up as well. This is just a quick look, and I want to share in this experience with you because it's a pretty significant milestone for me, for the channel, for the watch brand, across the board. So very excited to have this one in. All right, let's see if we can get that popped out of there. All right, so the strap right off the bat, you can see this is a nice blue. I believe this is an FKM rubber. Seems to be very supple. Has nice quick release spring bars on the back there. This is going to be titanium construction for the clasp, and that'll be true for the watch head as well. Now let's see how the heck we get this popped out of here. All right, so this is the first challenge. The presentation is pretty awesome, but I will tell you, that was a bugger to get out of there. All right, so now we got the watch head free. As you can see, it does ship with the head loose and then the strap separate. Pop that off, and I mean, check this out. That is wild. Look at that engraving on this. And you know, this watch in and of itself has a lot of innovation going on with it. As far as the basic specs, and I will tell you, don't get scared away from this. I'll get this popped on a strap. We can look at it on the wrist. But this is coming in at 46 millimeters for the case. But as you can see, it is what I would call a lugless construction. So it actually has hidden lugs underside, or on the underside rather, that are cut in. So you're not going to have the traditional lug-to-lug impact there, meaning this is going to be a full 46 of dial presence and overall presence, but additionally it's only going to be 46 millimeters for your lug-to-lug. The thickness is a little bit stout at 15, but looking at it here, as you can see, it really doesn't actually look that bad. So I think the specs make it seem a little worse than it is as far as the significance there. But additionally, I think it fits the overall Earth theme. The lugs are 22 millimeters for strap change friendliness and standard size. As I mentioned, this is a titanium construction. That's going to be for the watch head, as well as we already saw, the clasp includes that. the movement, one of the things that's cool, because this has actually a unique arc of motion for it, this is a CIGA in-house movement. That's part of how they were able to make this happen. And then they have the stated specs at 72.4 grams overall. So despite being a decent size, it does not impact the overall weight since it is titanium. Let's see here. You can see, again, another nod. And this is part of just what makes it a significant piece here. You can see that award recognition there on the exhibition case back. This is a limited edition run. Let's go ahead and spin that around, get a look at that overall. And then, of course, in the full review, we'll get this going, get the movement actually started up, and see how this actually works. You can see it is a little bit unique in terms of the orientation. So you don't have a traditional hand configuration. You actually have this compass out here. And what that does is that points on the outer perimeter, and I apologize, we'll get better lighting as well in outdoor footage. On the outer perimeter, you can see it does have the hours, and then on this inner, this rotating disc, you can see it has the minutes. So the way you're going to read that right now, if I'm seeing correctly, that looks like we would be at 12, roughly 37 as far as time for that. So it looks like it's going to be fairly simplistic to read, but let's go ahead and pop this on. It's obviously, I'm sure, will take a little bit of getting used to for it. Since this does have quick release spring bars, we can just quickly pop this on and we can see this on my 6.5-inch wrist here and get an idea of what this looks like. And then in the full review, I'll have spent a lot more time with it, so I'll, of course, get a better overall better feel for the watch, what it's like to live with, all those kind of things. But this at least will give us a quick idea as far as how exactly this would present. So here it is. That's pulled a little bit snug, but that's only about one click. And pardon the compression strap. I unfortunately mangled my arm recently here. But as you can see, it actually, I think fits just fine. It certainly has a lot of dial presence overall, but as you can see, certainly no overhang or any kind of issues like that. So I think it's going to wear fine. But man, I am struck with how beautiful that Planet is. We've looked at other watches that were somewhat reminiscent of this, the Call Multiverse as an example. This, I will say, right off the bat, you can tell this is just another level as far as the execution. I'm hoping that this picks up well, and if not, the outdoor footage I'm sure will. But the look of that Planet, it just has so much of a subtle, soft iridescence to that. But then additionally, that intricate milling all around. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So I will say, right off the bat, personally, this is on very much the larger side for what I would prefer. If you have a larger wrist, obviously not an issue, though it does fit fine. It has a lot of presence to it. But overall, I've got to respect what they're going for as far as this design. Certainly, it's not going to be one that's for everybody. That's part of what makes it innovative here, is they are trying to push the bar. But look at the way that gets the reflectivity going to those numbers as you kind of get the darkness picking up there with some shadowing, and then have the sunlight hit that. That's really slick. So I'm looking forward to checking this out more, spending some time with it, and sharing my thoughts with you. But that's all we have for today as far as a quick first look. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, please do hit that like button. Additionally, if you haven't done so already, please do smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.